everybody. Tom Jackson here with EquipmentWorld.com. We are here at ConExpo at the Caterpillar booth, and we're talking to Mike Rowe. He is a famous fake game show host, and he's also the country's best proponent and promoter of blue-collar jobs. You know, Mike, the last time we talked, 6 years ago, ConExpo 2 times ago, you were just starting your scholarship program. The book had just come out. Bring us up to date. What's happened since then? What have you been doing the last 6 years?
Well, the Microwork Foundation actually started in 2008 on Labor Day. Around 2012, we started issuing work ethic scholarships. And today, this will be our, eighth year since then, I guess. So we've done about $5 million. We've got $1 million available right now during the month of March for people who want to apply. And basically, these work ethic scholarships are designed for people who want to learn a skill that's actually in demand. So it's not for 4-year degrees, it's for training programs. So you go to microworks.org, you apply, and I give you money.
That sounds like a great idea.
It's pretty simple.
How many people have you put on that path towards earning a technical degree or a skill that will help them in the blue-collar world?
At this point, we're just over 1,000.
Okay.
So, you know, we don't award huge chunks of money. We award modest amounts that make a difference. We want people that already have some skin in the game. Okay. So, you know, an extra $3,000 or $5,000 to get through a welding certification or a plumbing certification, or any number of things. Anything that's gone on back here, you know, we've trained a lot of people who today are operating heavy equipment or repairing heavy equipment, and many of them are making 6 figures. People just don't get it, Tom, but there's a path to prosperity that starts with mastering a trade, and that's what our scholarships are all about.
Have you met any of your scholarship recipients since they've gone on?
Oh yeah.
What's your impression?
Well, I mean, it's a mixed palette, you know. Like, I just looked at video from 2 women who met in a trade school. Each had a Microwork scholarship. They became friends, and now they've opened a business together. They're basically demoing houses in South Bend, Indiana. So, not a story I expected to get, but it's a good one. I just heard from a kid named Michael Gamez who wanted to work on cars. He only went through high school, but he had a great mind, and we got him over to UTI, went through the training. He's now one of the lead mechanics over at Beverly Hills BMW, and he's killing it. So, you know, on the one hand, we're focused on helping people in a very, very direct, personal way. On the other hand, I got to get their stories out so I can share them with guys like you and the rest of the world, because the more people see more examples of people working and thriving in the trades, the better chance we have of closing the skills gap.
Yeah. And now, how are you getting that message out? You mentioned earlier you do the Facebook show that you've got. What are your other venues for telling the world about these success stories?
Well, look, I'm an opportunist, and so I'll take whatever opportunity I have to evangelize. I do a show on Facebook called Returning the Favor, and in the context of doing that show, I'm often able to focus on skilled trades, right? So we can just bend the content into the area that I'm partial to. Dirty Jobs, of course, continues to be a great platform that reminds people of who I am and what I did, and I can use that to a degree. Somebody's got to do it. It's another show. The Way I Heard It's a podcast. I got to do a book. I'm out there doing things, and regardless of what I'm doing for money, I always try and bring the foundation back in, just to let people know fundamentally. I remember where I came from, and I know how important it is when you're trying to figure your life out to have somebody say, look, here's $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 to help you get the tool that can actually get you to the next level. So that's what we're about, and we couldn't do it without, you know, the support of lots of people on my Facebook page. Various companies have our back, and of course the press. You know, it's all about getting the word out there. So thanks for what you're doing.
Absolutely, thank you. Hey, we talked a little bit about your future plans too, and you say there might be a return to Dirty Jobs. Tell us a little bit about that and where you think that may go and what you're interested in now.
I don't know. What I know is not a day goes by where somebody doesn't pull me aside and said, please do that show again. People miss I think they miss the honesty of a show that never did a second take, and I think they miss shows that we're able to combine real work with real humor. You know, it's tough to do, but for whatever reason, we pulled it off on Dirty Jobs, and if the network wants to reboot it, who am I to say no?
Okay, and you mentioned it might be a little more journalistic. You might follow kind of an Anthony Bourdain model.
If I do it, I would probably take the opportunity to not only, you know, highlight all these jobs the way we did before, but just to make it a little more specific in terms of what opportunities exist in real time in various parts of the country. I think that could prove useful, you know, because, you know, it's funny, back in 2008 when Dirty Jobs was at its height and the economy recessed badly, it was all about unemployment. That's all anybody talked about. But on Dirty Jobs, we still saw help wanted signs everywhere we went. So I know that the opportunities are still real in the country, and I know that many of them exist in industries like this, which is why I'm here. So yeah, I'll use Dirty Jobs or whatever vehicle I'm involved in to keep beating the drum.
Okay. Now, I think you met all of our Contractor of the Year finalists, our 2020 class, just a few minutes ago. We had a roundtable with all of them last night. We asked one question about the labor shortage and where you find and how do you keep good workers, and that took up the whole evening. We never moved on to another question. What do you think the answer is for these guys, for the guys who are doing the hiring?
Yeah, there's no playbook for it. And it's really complicated. A lot of things have to happen contemporaneously. Employers have to be more persuasive, and they have to do a better job of debunking the stereotypes and the stigmas and the myths and the misperceptions that surround the skilled trades. It's that simple. There's a cultural set of beliefs that's making recruiting harder than it needs to be. And those beliefs need to be challenged in every way. So that has to happen on the job. It has to happen with guidance counselors, the conversations they have with kids. It has to happen with parents who are convinced that if their kids don't get a 4-year degree, they're going to spend the rest of their lives miserable turning a wrench in some dirty environment. That's just not how it works. You can look out here, these guys are all very, very skilled at what they're doing, and they love it. So we just have to do a better job of making a case for the work itself. And how that happens, it'll sound different in a classroom than it does around the kitchen table. It'll sound different on the job site than it does on a TV show. But look, one of the ideas being floated around now is to get shop class back into every high school. That would make recruiting today in the construction trades immensely easier, because kids would have a visual representation of what those jobs look like from the very beginning, you know, and that would be useful. So that's a long answer. The short answer is everybody has to change the conversation as best they can in their own lane.
Yeah, I think the key word there is everybody. It can't be a single solution. No government doesn't have all the answers. Schools don't have all the answers. Contractors don't have all the answers. But everybody working together might start to move the needle a little faster.
And they should, because everybody has a vested interest in the conversation. It's not just the worker and the employer. It's the people who benefit from the work. Right? So it's the whole country. If you share my addiction to smooth roads and affordable electricity and indoor plumbing and all of the many things that skilled labor affords us, then you can't be blasé about the skills gap. You have to realize, call a plumber, wait for 3 days, then tell me how disinterested you are in addressing the problem. It's real.
Yeah. Okay, Mike, that sounds like a great program. I want to thank you for all you do, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to more great things from you in the future.
I'll be around.
Okay, buddy.
Appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Thanks.
Adios.
And if you like this video or found the information in it useful in any kind of way, do us a favor and hit that like button below. It always helps us out. And if you want more videos on the latest in construction equipment, gear, and trucks, hit the subscribe button below and be sure to turn on notifications so you're getting up-to-the-minute alerts whenever we drop a new video. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time.